Okay, hey guys. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm sure people will start coming in. Hope you guys all had a good Halloween weekend. I know I did. It's a good time. But now we're back to the grind. Yeah, so we're gonna start off today. And I'll give about 5 minutes for this. It'll also be good as people come in. Um, if you can, try and drop something into your updates room if you have it in the last like day or so. What we really want to see is just like kind of your progress. Uh, if you haven't started writing yet, like that's completely fine. We have a few different strategies that like writers have used in the past that I've seen, and all of them have like worked well. And but I think what we want you to do is like let your DE know which one you plan to do, I guess. There's the type of author that does the 3 to 5,000 words per checkup or whatever it maybe does, like just keeps up with it as said. There's other people that base their like writing progress based on how many stories they write. That works too. And then there are others that like, I guess if you will, feel a little bit more inspired. They'll write like large chunks at a time, like 5, 10,000 words at a time, and maybe may not have some weeks, which is completely fine. If you can take a few minutes, go into the updates rooms and try and drop something to your DE. Um, Feel free to tag everyone if you want, but mainly your DE, letting them know what your plan is. Do you want to like keep up with the word count? Do you want to base it based on how many stories you write, that kind of thing, or do you think you're going to be more of an inspired writer, if you will? So yeah, do that if you can. So I'll give you a couple minutes to do that. All right. Yeah. So, oh hey Peyton, what's up? Just a real quick, drop something in your update room for your DE. Um, yeah. And then here, yeah. All right. So the next thing we're gonna do is I'm actually so Eric's not gonna be on here today because he had most of the lesson plan we went over last week. That was like two weeks worth of material. So today we're gonna be working a lot on trying to like expand your stories index while also giving you guys some like structured work time to help you come up with some stories on your own, some writing. But we also obviously one of your best resources will be other authors. So I'm gonna break you guys up into some breakout rooms so that you guys can work with somebody else or two other people, and kind of give you guys some time to just talk over. Maybe you have a good story idea that you're not really sure if you want to write about, but you can kind of bounce it off. So yeah, I'll throw you guys into some breakout rooms in a second. What I want you to do. I mean, you can use them as much as you want. You can just work on your own too if you want. But we'll give you like 20 minutes. What I want you to want to see you do is like try and update your stories index, add a few more things if you can, but also if you have a story, make sure you tag your DE, or if you have a story you're finishing up, do that. Then we'll kind of regroup and I'll tell you what we're going to do next. So I'll break you guys out into groups right now. Give me a second. Okay. There you go. So feel free to join those.
Hey Carson, maybe you can answer my question.
Okay.
So we have this timeline between like now and January where we're like supposed to write like 20,000 words or whatever. What does like the process look like after that?
Like the publishing process?
Well, I mean, just like next semester, because we're not publishing until June.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's a fair question. So, I think the final, I think, okay, so to get the first draft is like early January, and then like the manuscript first draft is January 30th, I think. And then what's going to happen after that is we're going to have two things happening at once, right? We're going to have revisions going on. So you're going to be doing like a lot of revisions. You're going to be working with your DE, you're going to be working with your copy editor, trying to get to like the final version. And then the other thing that's going to be going on is all the publishing stuff, which is which can be pretty fun. It's like coming up with marketing quotes, coming up with your cover, getting like your references and your dedication page, and working on the Bookstarter campaign, and like trying to start to like get your launch copies and stuff going. It's publishing's a little bit it's a little bit easier, but there's a lot more stuff. There's a lot of like little things you have to do, but it's very important too, because honestly, after writing the book's only like half the work. Getting it published is it takes a lot in itself. But yeah, that's why it's such a long process instead of just like right after you write it.
Yeah. So we continue to have these like sessions next semester as well.
We're probably gonna have them a little bit more sparingly, and we're probably gonna switch around the times a little bit because we have more of like, it's more instruction based. This is more, these sessions we want to like help you guys like develop your ideas and have like a space to like bounce off those ideas, and like just like a dedicated work time for you. But next semester it'll be a little bit more like you have like a checklist you have to get done. So it won't be as much of a learning process. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Somebody walked in, so there was one part that I didn't hear. Did you say, because I heard everything but whenever you said when we're done writing all our stories, is it after January when we start putting them together and adding like our lessons in? Because now I'm writing like I'm just writing stories and not like the actual, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So where you have to turn it into a manuscript is the month of January, basically. Like we're early January is where you have to hit the word count of like, that's your last DE checkup. So the word count will be like 20,000, I think. And then January 30th is where you have to hit the like full 25,000 word manuscript. And that's also changing it from like a bunch of collections of stories to actual like a readable book, if that makes sense.
Oh, so we're gonna have that done by the end of January?
Yeah, but then we'll be working on revisions for a couple months. But once again, like the first manuscript can just be pretty shitty. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But any other questions, guys? Everyone, you guys doing well?
Yeah, not too much for me.
Yeah, no, you guys are all doing really well. Keep it up. So I'm gonna leave the breakout room now. See ya.
Good. They were called quinoa. They were like quinoa chips.
What's up?
What's up?
Hi,
How's
Carson.
everything going?
Things
Good.
are going well.
You guys got any questions for me or anything to bounce off?
We've just kind of been talking about our books and ideas and stories and stuff, getting to know each other.
Great to hear.
We haven't really started any like writing processes
Oh
yet.
yeah, don't worry about it. All right, cool. Sweet. So yeah, sounds like it's going well. If you have any other questions, just let me know. Yeah. Hey guys. Is everything going well? You guys are both muted.
Yeah, I think I've just been using this as kind of a work time on my the story. I've been writing a lot of stories today, actually.
Good.
My story index. I kind of forgot. I know that's a really important page, but I kind of forgot that existed. So I've just kind of been filling in the gaps. I obviously like have all like they kind of mapped out because I've been writing stories, but just making sure that's updated. Does my developmental editor use that? I've just been tagging her on the actual story pages themselves.
She uses both, so she'll use it like the story index as a reference, but she'll be reading your stories.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I've just been tagging her.
Yeah, sounds good. But good. I mean, yeah, it's fine. Like you don't have to like collaborate. It's not a big deal. But just if you want another person, it helps. But yeah, sounds good. Happy to see you're updating that. We'll go.
Yeah.
Leave the breakout room. All right. See you guys.
And then what I'll do is I will, once it's uploaded, you can go transcribe, and then you have to download a different software to view all of it, but then everything's transcribed out.
Hey guys, real quick, I don't know if you saw my thing in the chat, but we'll give another like 10 minutes or so, and then we'll regroup and do some around the horn, and then we'll let you guys out a little bit early. But just try to I guess just do some more writing / stories index, whatever you've been doing. Yeah.
I do have one more question actually.
Yeah.
So I scheduled an appointment with Eric, or like a video call with him. It said something about like stories. Like, am I reading him a story?
Probably not, no. I wouldn't think so.
Like, do you know what that is?
Did you talk to him last week at all?
Yeah, and then he like sent me a thing like, oh, set up a call with me next week, and I did, but I don't know what it's about. But it said something about like audio sharing, and then when I got the like notification that like the call was set up, it was like, oh, this is like a Zoom video chat.
Here, let me look that up. I'll message you separately, but I'm sure it's probably like not like a too big of a deal. I don't think you have to read him a story. That's
I just if there's anything I have to prepare, I just
I'll let you know, but I wouldn't think so.
okay. Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. So.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what that means, but it's all good. So yeah, so another 10 minutes or so, and then I'll close the breakout room. So yeah, see ya. Hey guys, I don't know if you saw my message in the chat, but just real quick, like you have another like 10 minutes or so, do whatever you've been doing, writing stories index and stuff. Then we'll like regroup quickly and do a little around the horn, and we'll let you out a little early. So yeah, keep it up. Yeah. Oh, hey Kelsey.
I accidentally left my breakout room.
Okay, sounds good. If you're in there, you can just let Grace know. We'll give it like another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll all regroup. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Thanks. All right, we'll let everybody get back in here. Give it like 30 seconds or so. All right, hey everybody. So we're gonna finish off with like a little around the horn, and then we'll be done a bit early. So well, you guys know how it goes. Just give a quick anything cool that happened to you in the last week or so. So I'll start. I got an interview booked with the publicist of like a really big. The publicist is the one I'm interviewing, but hopefully leads to an awesome connection with this like New York Times best-selling author, the publicist of him. And I really hope I can. And the guy who wrote the best-selling book is a big startup guy, and the publicist himself is a big startup guy. So hopefully I can leverage that connection. But regardless, I'll probably learn some cool things from the publicist himself. So that was pretty exciting for me. And then I started writing a little bit, but you know how that goes. I got a lot of midterms this week, so I'm going to probably focus on it this weekend. But yeah, so we'll start with Peyton.
Yeah, it was a good week. I was focusing on a lot of work and midterm still. I have 2 more I got to finish up this coming week. And then after that, all I can focus on is the book. So I have a lot of story ideas, and I'll be getting writing this week.
Great. Yeah, no, definitely understand with the midterms, but yeah. All right, we'll go to Katie.
Yeah, so it was a good week. I had some issues that kind of kept me from writing, but focused in my topic, which was really exciting, and I shared that with my social network and got connections from that, and my interviews have seemed to be more productive because I'm more focused and opened up doors because of that. I'm excited.
Yeah, great to hear. Awesome. All right, Sam.
Hey guys. So this week has been super productive. I feel like I've been, I shared this in my breakout session, like I've been reading a lot of really good books. So whenever I get into a book and I'm like, oh, like this is how I want my reader to feel, I'm like, this is how I want to write. And I try to like mirror that in what I'm writing. So my reading has been helping my writing. So yeah, that's been really cool. And if anyone ever like has any questions or like wants feedback on anything, like feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to like look over or like chat about whatever you're doing.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. All right, cool. We'll go to Julia.
So this happened a week and a half ago, but I was about to take a nap. I think I told you about this, Carson. And I was like, it was after my 8 a.m. and I didn't think anything was going to happen. And I messaged this woman my number because she read my message and she goes, oh yeah, I'd love to talk with you. But then like a long time passed. I was like, oh, she's never going to call me. And this, one of the youngest people in the company I work for, that one of the top sellers, who's really big in community service and helping a ton of people in our age range with essential oils and natural products, she called me randomly when I was laying down, and I picked up, didn't recognize her number, and she just, after she interviewed, she just talked with me for an hour. So I got to know somebody who I always looked up to. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember that story. That's awesome. Cool. All right, Nico.
What's up, everyone? So this week was kind of cool. I finally met with my mentor. So my mentor actually is a Amazon top 100 book writer. It's for fiction books, but still, he's given me a ton of great connections. Honestly, like, I'm super excited all the connections he's given me, especially when it comes to like marketing his book. So that happened this last week. And besides that, I've just been writing a lot. I have 3 stories that are done. Went into like a little mind block, writer's block, but this weekend super productive. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. Great progress. All right, great. And then last but not least, Kelsey.
Hi everyone. I finished up the primary interviews that I had scheduled for this week. I'm still like kind of open to interviewing people, but I'm gonna kind of shift to writing. So I actually just started writing today and getting words on paper, which is exciting because I feel like I was kind of putting it off. So hopefully now that I have started, I can just either be really consistent, or I also tend to be kind of somebody who writes in like like large quantities in spurts. So I'm kind of trying to feel out how I'm going to be throughout this process.
Yeah, great. Yeah, absolutely. Those are all really important. But yeah, so awesome, guys. Thanks for coming to the session. I think next week we won't be having a session just because we want you guys to have like all the time you can for that last push to get something to your DEs, especially if you choose to do the 5,000 word checklist. Once again, no pressure to do that. Just let us know your strategy. But yeah, thanks for coming. I hope you guys, good luck if you have any more midterms. Have a happy Halloween, and I'll see you guys later.